The Hoshikari Limited Express cut through the countryside, its green car hushed with the quiet of premium travelers. The calm shattered when conductor Hiroshi stopped beside a young man in a plain charcoal blazer. Kaito didn't look up. His hand rested on a sleek black folder, his expression unnervingly calm.
You! Green car isn't a free upgrade. Show me a paid ticket, or move to the ordinary car.
Without a word, Kaito rose, the folder tucked under his arm. He stepped into the aisle. He walked past the conductor without a glance, leaving the green car and its hushed passengers behind. Hiroshi watched him go, his lips curling in satisfaction. Another easy catch for the day. In the ordinary car, a young attendant with pastel mint hair saw the man take a seat and approached.
Excuse me, you look like you could use this. It's on me. Please, take it.
Kaito accepted the warm cup. He stared out the window, his secret still resting beside him. The ticket stub was in his pocket. Green car fare paid in full. Yet he hadn't said a word. Arguing would have drawn a crowd. He didn't need that. Not today. Back in the green car, conductor Hiroshi straightened his gloves, still wearing the smug smile of a man who had asserted authority.
Some people think they can just slide into the green car without paying. We catch them every time.
Oh, you can spot them a mile off. Cheap clothes, fidgeting. Good for you, conductor?
This one didn't even argue, just slunk off like a scolded child. Made my job almost too easy.
In the ordinary car, Kaito felt the train's gentle sway. The coffee was lukewarm now, but he drank it anyway. Dad always said, a strong person doesn't need to prove it to everyone. He was right. His hand brushed the black folder. He thumbed its edge but did not open it. Not yet. The train raced on, carrying a secret neither the conductor nor the passengers could guess. 40 years ago, Kaito's father had stood where the tracks now gleamed. He'd built this line with calloused hands and impossible determination. The week before he passed, the old man had pressed a black folder into Kaito's hands, his voice barely a whisper. Inside, the inheritance certificate bore the Hoshikari Rail logo, and a simple line, "The line is yours. Keep it alive." Under Kaito's stewardship, the numbers had climbed. 40 billion yen annually. One of the most profitable private lines in the region. A bar graph on his screen showed the revenue curve, steep and unbroken. It was a legacy built seat by seat, mile by mile. And today, on his own train, he'd been treated like a stowaway. The irony settled colder than the coffee. His fingers tapped the folder again. The certificate inside could stop 1,000 conductors. But he didn't reach for it. 'Cause a scene now, and every newspaper would run a headline about the rail heir who couldn't even ride without a fuss. Better to watch. He decided then he would ride the entire line. Watch how his father's creation treated the people it carried. The train sped through the countryside. The conductor didn't know. The passengers didn't know, but Kaito was taking note. Across the aisle, an elderly woman leaned toward her companion, her voice carrying in the quiet car.
Did you hear? The conductor threw someone out of the green car. A fare dodger, apparently?
Kaito's expression didn't change. He kept his gaze on the window. A few seats ahead, the mint-haired attendant paused, her brow furrowing.
That's not fair. Maybe he had a good reason. We shouldn't judge without knowing.
If he had a valid ticket, he would have shown it. Guilty as sin.
Aika's hands tightened on the trolley handle. She glanced back at the quiet man by the window. The sliding door hissed open. Conductor Hiroshi stepped into the ordinary car. Ticket punch ready.
Well. Still here, fare dodger? Let's see if you even have a ticket for this car.
Kaito produced the ticket stub without a word. Hiroshi snatched it, grunted, and moved down the aisle. The overhead display flickered. Next stop, Hoshikari Junction. The train's gentle hum shifted as it began to decelerate for the station. On the platform, Chief Station Master Takumi stood waiting, his uniform crisp with gold trim, his expression unreadable in the afternoon light. The doors slid open with a soft hiss. Hiroshi had spotted the station master and immediately straightened, eager to impress the senior officer.
Chief Takumi. Welcome aboard, sir. I wasn't informed you'd be riding today. It's an honor to have you.
Quietly, conductor. I'm here on a personal matter. No need for ceremony or fuss.
Of course, sir. If you need anything, I'm at your service. Are you looking for someone?
I am, but I'll find them myself. Please, continue your duties. I'll manage.
Takumi gave a polite nod and walked away, leaving Hiroshi to stare after him, his mind racing with questions.
What's the chief looking for? He never rides without notice. Something feels off.
Meanwhile, Takumi moved through the train, his steps steady, heading straight toward the ordinary car where Kaito sat. Takumi entered the ordinary car, his gaze sweeping the rows until he saw the quiet figure by the window. He stopped dead.
That profile. No mistake. It's President Hoshikari himself.
Without a word, the station master strode forward, his boots clicking on the floor, and he bowed so deeply his cap nearly touched his knees.
President Hoshikari. Sir, I had no idea you were traveling today. Please forgive my oversight.
The gossipy woman across the aisle inhaled sharply. The other passengers began to whisper and crane their necks. In the doorway, Hiroshi stood frozen, the color draining from his face as the scene unfolded.
No. Impossible. That young man, the fare dodger, is the president?
Kaito set down his coffee cup with deliberate calm. He raised a gentle hand, palm outward, toward the elder. Rise, Chief Takumi. No ceremony needed. I'm just a passenger on this train today. Takumi straightened, but the air had changed. Everyone in the car now stared, the secret impossible to hide. In Hiroshi's mind, the unopened staff handbook flashed bright, the one with the CEO's photograph on page 1.
He never even cracked the cover. He could have known. He should have known.
Is there anything you need, President? I can arrange for the green car immediately.
No, thank you. I'll stay here. Please, just attend to your duties, Chief Takumi. With a final bow, the station master withdrew. The sliding door closed behind him, sealing the silence.
That young man, the president of Hoshikari Rail, and conductor Hirashi moved him like a stray?
Her companion only shook her head, the gossip now a scandal too large to whisper about. Let them talk. Silence holds more power than any raised voice ever could.
I accuse the owner of fare evasion. My career ended the moment I pointed my finger at him.
Kaito returned his gaze to the passing fields. The train hummed on, but for everyone aboard, the journey had fractured. A soft footstep approached. The mint-haired attendant stopped beside his seat, her phone clutched like a fragile secret.
President, I'm Eika. I'm just an attendant, but I have something I've wanted to show someone for months.
I'm listening. What is it?
A passenger experience proposal. I submitted it 6 months ago, but my supervisor dismissed it without reading.
On her screen, the proposal's first page glowed. A detailed plan to retrain staff in polite verification before relocating any passenger. You wrote this before today's incident? The solution we needed was sitting in your pocket all along.
Honestly, I gave up hope, but when I saw what happened to you today, I knew I had to show it.
Send it to me. I want to read every page. Names, logistics, all of it.
Really? Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll send it right away.
As she walked away, Kaito watched her go. For the first time all day, his calm expression hinted at a decision forming. The train's public address chimed. Final station in 10 minutes. The ordinary car had emptied gradually, leaving Kaito alone by the window.
I can't let him leave without hearing my apology, even if it changes nothing.
Hiroshi found him still seated, the black folder resting against the armrest. He approached as if walking toward a verdict.
President Hoshikari, I behaved unforgivably. I didn't recognize you. I didn't read the handbook. I am deeply sorry.
You assumed based on appearance. That's not safe for our passengers, and it's not what this line stands for. I've heard your apology. I'll consider it carefully. For now, please ensure the remaining passengers arrive safely. The train slowed into Hoshikari Terminal, the platform lights casting pale orange across the car. Kaito stood, folder in hand. Without a backward glance, he stepped onto the platform and was swallowed by the evening crowd. The door closed behind him.
He'll consider it. That's not a pardon, but it's not a dismissal, is it?
The train pulled out for its next run, its hum indifferent. Inside, Hiroshi clutched his conductor's cap, knowing the real decision awaited morning. The next morning, Hoshikari Rail headquarters glowed in early light. Kaito sat alone at his desk, a single memo open on his screen. The screen read, "New conduct policy, verification first, months of frustration distilled into 4 words. Please send in the HR manager." The HR manager entered, clipboard clutched tight. Her eyes betrayed surprise at the early summons. Effective immediately. Any conductor moving a passenger must first offer polite verification. No exceptions. Conductor Hiroshi undergoes retraining first. He starts this week, and I expect full compliance. The manager nodded slowly, raising her clipboard. Understood. I'll draft the notice at once. Distribute this memo to every station today. No more incidents like yesterday. Revise the handbook with my photo on page 1. Maybe then people will actually read it. The manager departed, and the memo fired to every printer in the building. Hoshikari Rail's new policy was live. His tablet chimed softly. Aika's proposal had arrived in his inbox, the attachment waiting like an unanswered question. It's thorough, costed, and addresses the root problem. Better than what my consultants produced last year. He dialed the crew office where Aika was based, his voice calm and direct. Minutes later, Aika stepped into his office, her hands trembling slightly from the unexpected summons to the president's floor. Aika, your proposal is exactly what this company needs. Clear thinking from someone who actually rides the line every day. Starting today, you lead the rollout of the new conduct policy. Staff retraining, handbook revision, all 47 stations.
Lead? Me? Sir, I'm just a trolley attendant. I've never managed anything.
He slid a promotion certificate across the polished desk. The Hoshikari seal gleamed under the office lights.
If we do this, the handbook must have your photo first. No one will ignore it again.
Aika left the office clutching the envelope, her face a mixture of joy and disbelief as the door clicked shut. In the crew locker room, Hiroshi tore open the official envelope. His fingers trembled as he read the single sheet inside.
Mandatory retraining, not termination, a second chance I don't deserve.
Beside his locker, the staff bulletin board caught his eye. A fresh notice pinned at the top.
Aika, promoted to lead the policy rollout. The trolley girl, the one who saw my cruelty firsthand.
He opened his locker for the last time as a green car conductor. The pristine handbook still lay inside. He placed his conductor's cap into a duffel bag, the brass buttons catching the light one final time.
All those years, I never once opened it. This bag feels heavier than it should.
The training center sat in a quiet part of the yard. Rows of empty chairs faced a projector screen.
This is where I learned what I should have known. How to see a passenger, not a threat.
He took the first seat, his spine straight, but his gaze empty. The first chapter was about to begin. 3 days later, the same training room was full. Dozens of conductors sat in neat rows, their expressions ranging from skepticism to quiet attention.
Good morning, I'm Aika, and until last week I was pouring coffee in the ordinary car. The policy we're rolling out came from a moment of public humiliation. From now on, before any relocation, you will offer a polite verification. May I please confirm your ticket class? Not an accusation.
Kaito had slipped into the back row, arms crossed. He didn't interrupt, his presence a silent endorsement.
Watch. Sir, I'm sorry to disturb you. May I please see your ticket? It de-escalates. It preserves dignity.
They broke into pairs. The room filled with stilted, self-conscious phrases, then genuine effort.
Better. But maintain eye contact. You're not ordering, you're serving. The train belongs to the passengers, not to us.
She's saying what I couldn't say on that train. She's turning one bad moment into a lesson for 300 staff.
One more run, then we break. Remember, when you greet someone, you're the first face of Hoshikari Rail. Make it count.
The session ended with a quiet hum of conversation. Something had shifted, not a revolution, but the first true turn of the wheel. A week later, Aika returned to Kaito's office, a thick binder in her arms.
The revised handbook. Page 1 is your photograph, as you requested.
Kaito opened the binder. His own face looked back at him from the page, calm and assured, above the words "Our chairman, Kaito Hoshikari."
This is good. Send it to print. Every employee should see this.
The order was transmitted. The printing press rumbled to life, churning out thousands of handbooks. Boxes were packed, labeled, and loaded onto carts. The new policy had a new face. At stations across the region, conductors tore open the boxes and held up the books. They turned to page 1. For many, it was the first time they saw the chairman's face. Some traced the photograph. The young man in the blazer who had been humiliated was now impossible to forget. By sunset, the new handbook sat in every crew room across all stations, a quiet symbol of change. The next morning, Kaito stood before the Hoshikari family grave, a small bouquet of white flowers in his hand. The stone was cool under his touch. He traced the carved characters of his father's name. A childhood memory flickered. A younger Kaito sitting beside his father on the inaugural ride of the line. His father had pointed at the passing hills. "This isn't just a train, Kaito. It's a promise to the people."
Now I understand. The line isn't steel and seats. It's the person who feels they don't belong. I could have been that passenger forever, but I'm not. You built this line for everyone, Dad. I'll protect that.
He placed the flowers before the stone and bowed once, deeply. Then he straightened, turned, and walked down the gravel path without a backward glance.
The policy is right. The handbook is right. I won't let this be about me. It's about everyone who boards.
The cemetery gates closed behind him, and the train whistle of a distant express echoed through the valley. Hiroshi stood before the president's desk, his retraining certificate in hand and no trace of his old smugness.
President Hoshikari, I've completed the retraining. I came to personally apologize, with no excuse.
He thought of the quiet Seizon line, where trains ran slower and passengers knew each other.
I've seen your retraining results. You passed. Now, what will you do with your second chance?
I want to serve, sir. No matter which line, I'll earn back trust one passenger at a time.
The line is about people, not titles. Remember that. You start on the season line tomorrow.
The next morning, Hiroshi stepped onto the sunlit platform of Season Station in his simple uniform. When the train arrived, he bowed to each passenger, his voice warm and patient.
This is what I should have been all along. Not a gatekeeper, but a guide.
The small train pulled away, carrying a conductor who had finally learned the weight of his role. Months passed, and the headlines had changed. Hoshikari Rail sets new standard in customer care topped the morning edition. Kaito sat in a television studio, the lights warm. The host leaned in, expectant.
The policy didn't come from me alone. A young attendant named Aika saw the problem long before I did. Our job is to make every passenger feel welcome. The verification first approach restored dignity to the journey.
A graph flashed on screen. Customer satisfaction had climbed to 98%. The host nodded, shifting to the final question. And what about the conductor who started it all?
He learned. That's what matters. Now he serves on a local line, and by all reports he's one of our best.
The segment closed with footage of trains gliding under cherry blossoms, a new symbol of the brand. Public trust had returned. Hoshikari Rail was no longer just a family name. It was a promise kept. In his office, Kaito switched off the screen and turned to the next report, the quiet of the room his only commentary. That evening, Kaito and Aika sat by the window of a small station restaurant, the tracks gleaming under the platform lights.
I never properly thanked you. You gave my proposal a chance when no one else would.
You earned it. The line is better because of you. So are the people who ride it. She was the first to see a passenger, not a suspect. The first to believe what my father believed.
They talked until the restaurant dimmed its lights, neither wanting the evening to end. Then they walked out onto the platform, the night air cool and still.
I used to watch the trains from here wishing I could change something. Now I can.
You already have. And I'm glad you're here, Eika. Not just for the company.
Me too, more than I thought possible.
They stood in silence, two figures against the night, the station's heart beating around them as a distant train approached. 1 year later, Kaito boarded a train in a plain dark coat, his ticket already in hand. The conductor met his eyes, nodded with quiet respect, and asked, "May I see your ticket, sir?" Kaito handed it over. The conductor bowed gently and moved on.
No recognition of rank, just a passenger treated with courtesy. The policy held.
At Hoshikari Central, Aika waited on the platform in a smart director's uniform.
Welcome back, Chairman. Did you travel well?
Perfectly. The crew handled everything with respect. You've built a culture that lasts.
The handbook helped. Though I think your photo on page 1 was the real catalyst.
The line my father built now runs on trust. He would be proud.
They walked into the station together, the concourse alive with travelers who felt the difference. At Season Station, senior conductor Hiroshi supervised the boarding, his uniform now bearing a polished name tag. He spotted them walking along the platform and paused, his clipboard lowering.
It's him and Miss Eika. They look happy.
When their eyes met, Hiroshi straightened and gave a single, genuine nod.
That nod says more than 1,000 apologies.
Kaito returned a small smile and a slight tilt of his head, the briefest bow of acknowledgement. Hiroshi's shoulders relaxed, and for the first time in years he felt no weight. The local train gave a short whistle and began to move, bound for the quiet hills. Hiroshi turned to face it, his back straight, his cap set with simple pride. The train rolled into the sunset, a long arc of steel carrying a man who had found his place. Eika sat in her quiet office, the first framed handbook page resting on her desk, Kaito's photograph smiling up at her.
From trolley girl to policy director, the journey had rewritten her life.
The phone buzzed, and Kaito's name lit the screen.
Would you like to ride the line with me today? Just to see how it feels.
Yes, I'd love that. Give me 10 minutes.
She placed the receiver down and traced the edge of the framed handbook page.
Some journeys change everything. This one started with a cup of coffee.
She slipped on her coat, the same navy blue she'd worn as an attendant. With a final glance at the office, she switched off the light and stepped into the corridor. The door clicked shut, and her footsteps echoed down the empty hall, toward whatever came next. They settled into the green car's plush seats, side by side, as the train began to move. Outside, the cherry trees were in full bloom, their pink petals catching the afternoon light.
I never thought I'd sit here. Not like this. Not with you.
Neither did I. But here we are. The line has a way of bringing people together.
On the armrest between them, their hands rested close, not quite touching. Cherry petals swirled past the window, a fleeting curtain of spring. The train glided past a station sign bearing the name, Hoshikari.
My father built this for strangers. Now it carries everyone I love.
The line that his father built, now built on trust, carried them forward, and the train continued on, into the spring, into whatever would come.